morning, new details about the shooting that unfolded at Lakewood Church.
Authorities believe the woman who opened fire inside the building yesterday attended the church. And you're looking live now at Lakewood Church as we continue to monitor the investigation at this hour. Right now, we know the shooter was 36-year-old Genesse Moreno, and investigators say her 7-year-old son was caught in the crossfire.
Overnight, agents with the FBI, Texas Rangers, and ATF raided a Conroe home believed to be connected to Moreno. Police say Moreno shot at officers with an AR-15, but was armed with another rifle she did not use. We still don't know who fired the shots that hit her son or the 57-year-old man who was also shot. We do have team coverage on this shooting and the security at the church. We're going to begin with ABC 13's Maya Shea with some exclusive details about the shooter's troubled background. Maya?
Yeah, we unearthed so much information today. First, we know that she's had brushes with the law, almost all misdemeanors, dating back close to 20 years. And through extensive divorce records we were able to obtain, we understand she's also suffered from mental health issues, some of which even bubbled up on her very own social media postings. Court records show Genesse Moreno's first brush with the law came almost 20 years ago, and she has had a string of misdemeanor cases since then. Over that time, she also posted sporadically on social media, including this video where she talks about it on her YouTube channel.
Anyone can create a social media account. It takes nothing but 2 minutes, and you're on Instagram, posting pictures of whatever you want.
And it is on Instagram the Moreno not only posted selfies, but also a picture of a weapon in 2020, adding in the captions, "How does one clean an AR-15? That's the same year her ex-husband filed a disturbing affidavit as part of their divorce. In the 4-page document, Enrique Carranza says, "As soon as we were married, my wife became abusive. Jeffrey is a diagnosed schizophrenic, so daily it was a new battle or a fight in her realm." Carranza refers to their son, who he says was born premature with drugs in his system, remarking, "I am currently in fear that my wife will harm my son because she knows that all I wanted my whole life was to be a father, and I will not allow hate to be taught to my son." Their divorce was finalized in 2022, the same year the Moreno was arrested for unlawful carrying of a weapon in Katy and ended up serving 2 days in jail. And those weapons that authorities found back in 2022 were apparently destroyed. Authorities say she purchased the weapon that was used here legally back in December. And all of these details we just laid out to you is disturbing, but something that really frustrates her Conroe area neighbors. They say they've seen disturbing behavior. They've called area law enforcement. They try to report what they saw, and yet they feel like nothing was done. And some of them spoke to us this afternoon.
Let's rock on the mic. What's up, everybody? And you are listening to the best of the Media Mike Radio Show. I am your host, the Media Mike Speaks, sponsored by New Justice Media, where we are the voice of the everyday citizen. The time is now 6 minutes past the hour here in the Lone Star State. So let's get to this story before it's too late. All right, good people, I'm a little behind on this story, so a few of my subscribers told me about this a while back, and I heard about it. Another tragedy, I would say, and it is, right here in our Lone Star State. But the city of Houston, Lakewood Church, the church, Lakewood megachurch, Joel Osteen's church, where that church he has used to be the home of the Houston Rockets. So, and he took the church over from his father, and hey, he turned it into a megachurch, which I do believe has some 45,000 members, I think. So, anyway, just in case you have not heard, here in our own backyard, we had a shooting inside the church. And as you saw in the video, Genesse Moreno, and I'm going to give my thoughts here, and because I'm confused, and I have some questions here, because Genesse or Jeffrey or she, whatever, walked into Joe Osteen's megachurch with her, I guess he identified as her, or was, 7-year-old son, and started firing rounds from her AR-15 rifle. And Moreno was fatally wounded. So, the child, I do believe, is in critical condition. Now, a 57-year-old man was also wounded. Now, here's my question. What was he shooting at? What was the purpose of Moreno, Jeffrey, Genesse, just many different names she goes by. What was the point? Now, it's something to do with Palestine, yeah, but my point is that are the people in there supporting that? What was the purpose? You getting the rifle, going into the church and just started shooting and using the child as a shield. Moreno was 36 years old, had a lengthy criminal record dating back nearly 2 decades. And I'm trying to figure out what was going on. Because in 2023, she was arrested for a misdemeanor, unlawful carrying of a weapon. And Fort Bend court records show it's unclear how she was able to possess the weapon given under those circumstances. It's also unclear what name Moreno used to make the purchase, because she's talking Jeffrey and went by a host of other names. So the word is that she was trans, and no one is talking about that. At least 5 arrests in Harris County are listed under the name Jeffrey G. Escalante, with the middle initial standing for Genesse. I'm confused. In 2005, she was arrested for failure to stop and give information. 4 years later, she was arrested for assault, bodily injury. A year later, in 2010, she was arrested again for forgery regarding a counterfeit $100 bill. So here's the thing. I'm trying to figure out, was Moreno a he before she became a she, or she trying to be a he, or back and forth? Because you have a child involved. He was married and they have a child. So was it his child, the husband's, or I don't know. But I'm just trying to figure out, why would you go to the church? But apparently they're saying you have a documented case of mental health history, taking medication for schizophrenia. Now, here's the thing. How long have they been taking that? Because the husband is filed for divorce. You have a lot of things going on here. The husband saying she became abusive soon after they married. Okay, they just bait and switch. Didn't know that before. In these records, he referred to his wife as Jeffrey. This is really confusing. This is really, really confusing now. The husband referred to his wife as Jeffrey, and her name is Genesse. Okay. So Jeffrey is a diagnosed schizophrenic. So daily it was a new battle or fight in her realm. Now, is it the fact that is it a new personality? So is it a trans, or is it a schizophrenic personality? And this is where they need to talk about. Because people are saying, the news is saying that trans, but I'm just trying to figure out, okay, but schizophrenia is known for a person to have multiple personalities. So which is it? Because in the video, it looked more like a woman. In all those photos look more like a woman, except that other one. It could go either way. I'm just trying to understand here. This was bad. You're shooting in a church. You're shooting in a church. Hundreds or even thousands of people. And an AR-15 takes out a lot of people. You don't want that. It's almost like the AK-47. You don't want to be shooting that in the crowd, because everybody's going to get hit. I don't know if this is going to put a damper on Joe Osteen's church. People have to be careful now. It's not even safe to go to church. I personally don't go to church anymore like that, because it's just, hey, things have turned into, it's wild. And you got these things like this, but this person was apparently really disturbed. Moreno, Jeffrey, Genesse had given contributions to the church, Joel Osteen's church, but apparently it's been some ongoing issues here, and the investigation into this shooting is still ongoing. And I'm just trying to get something about power. Why are you picking on that church? Why you just doesn't? Well, not saying you should go to any church, but what is it you going to a church? What did you plan to accomplish? You just want to just shoot people, innocent people, and use your child as a shield? I don't know. But now, if you don't know who Joel Osteen is, a lot of people, he's 60 years old at this point. He took the helm of Lakewood Church after John Osteen, his father, and the church's founding pastor passed away in 1999. The church has grown dramatically under Joe Osteen and is regularly attended by, like I said, about 45,000 people weekly, making it the third largest megachurch in the United States, according to Hartford Institute for Religion Research. Osteen is a leader of what is known as the prosperity gospel. So that's just more like motivational speaking, a belief that God wants his followers to be wealthy and healthy. Actually, I do like that motto, Joel. I really do. I follow that. Because on the other side, somehow they try to keep people from false hope and they just broke. But I can give you credit for that. I like that. So go out and go get it. So he's the author of several best-selling books, including Your Best Life Now, 7 Steps to Living at Your Full Potential. I may need to check that out. But this is a tragedy. My subscribers want to talk about this. This happened in our backyard. People are now taken to churches and bringing automatic rifles in them, and not good. And we may want to have to take a look at mental health. I don't really know. The news is saying that this person was trans, but when you mix schizophrenia, could the Jeffrey be another personality? See, that's what I'm saying. I think it's another personality, because they're saying that, unless you get more proof, but even if she was a trans and making the transition, could it be the medication that they're on mixing with something that causing a chemical imbalance to where persons, they do things like this? I don't know. But God be with a lot of people out there. We're living in dangerous times. And it seems to me people are actually going into churches shooting. It's no respect for that, because apparently something was seriously wrong with this individual. Until next time, this is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.
Understand you soon, it won't be long. Keep on, keep running.